All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to part six of this Lords and Villains playthrough that we're doing. It is mildly ridiculous that I'm even doing this at all. I think that this episode we are going to be getting just basically through the winter as quickly as possible. I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I'm pretty hesitant to be accepting any more families at this point, given our population. I think that we could probably support a population up to about 105, and we're at 98. And this farming family is pretty new, so I don't think that they're going to be able to like produce up to like their full capacity quite yet, because they're only going to be producing throughout the autumn here. They haven't been like pumping food into our economy for the past like two seasons. So I really do think that right where we are, and unless something crazy comes along, I think that we're gonna probably just try to get through the winter with our existing population. That being said, that does give us a chance to focus on some like construction upgrades and things like that. Look at this over here. We have a masoning family of size 3, but we already have over here a masoning family of size 3. So we're actually going to go ahead and reject them. Now these guys over here, we do want to keep an eye on them. They have 1 gold right now, but I don't know if they're actually producing anything, and you know what, and they're not, and I'll tell you why. Because I set the mining field to stewardry. I'm actually going to go ahead and change this to sockage, because they're going to want to start selling the resources that aren't being taxed over to the masons over here, and then the masons are going to start producing. They're going to start producing, for example, limestone tiles. Yeah, they're going to start producing stuff for us. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let that go. I also forgot that these require an architect to build these blast furnaces. So these aren't going to be built. I know we just rejected an architecting family. Honestly, I'm still not sure how I feel about that. I mean, accepting them just for the blast furnaces probably wouldn't have been the best move. So I'm not totally upset with my decision not to accept them. But I think probably honestly next spring we're going to want to start looking into getting ourselves an architect family. Now let's take a look at the clergy up here. Now they have a trash pile. Why is that? Oh, because they still haven't built these stinking bookcases. Waiting for a family member to purchase construction services. Does the clergy have money? No, they don't have any money. Let me donate a little bit of money to the clergy. I'm so tempted to accept this brewing family, but the same thing happened at the end of towards the end of the last fall season. A brewing family showed up, and I didn't want to accept them because I'm afraid to add another 6 people to our population coming into this winter. We already have a butchering family. I think ours is even bigger than that one. Let's take a look up here. Yeah, ours is a butchering family of size 4, so we actually don't need those other guys. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at these guys. So we did tell them to build a new roof, and they got that done. Going into the winter, actually, I think that our carpentry family over here, they still have quite a bit of work that they haven't done. I don't want to be adding too much on their plate, but I do want to eventually replace all of these roofs that aren't board roofs, which is honestly at this point I think all of our roofs, because these are plated roofs over here. Yeah, I want to replace them all with board roofs, and that's going to be a pretty big job for the carpenters, and it's going to require a lot of planks, I believe, a lot of planks. And currently, let's actually take a look at our plank production. I think this family is currently focused on wood. Let's actually switch that back to planks. And let's take a look at their accounting report up here. So we currently have them producing 18 planks. Well, let's take a look at actually the previous season. 33 planks in a season is like basically nothing. But these guys were focused on planks. So let's take a look at them. So these guys are producing 288 planks in a season. So that's just this season. Last season was 333. So that's pretty good. Those are the kind of numbers that we want to see, because we want those in our economy for, especially because I believe the floors here that we're building also require planks. Yeah, the birchwood floors also require planks. I'm actually going to build the floors in here as well. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And I do want to start building floors in every building too, as we sort of start upgrading everything to like a carpentry, like wooden based buildings, as opposed to like straw and hay based buildings. Again, that's going to be quite the project. But now that we basically have everything set up that needs carpentry, like the carpentry building and the tailor over here, all this stuff. We have like these guys. I think we're gonna be looking all right. Also, I swear to God, at the end of the last video, and I have the recording, so like I'm sure we could check. I placed. Oh, that is a trap. Oh, interesting. I guess it's caught something. So maybe my other traps are still in here, and they're just like looking like that, hidden behind a tree or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I do wish that there was a feature on this game where you could like type in the word, like, I want to see, like, highlight all the traps on the screen for me, and it would do that. But we're just gonna have to accept, just accept. So this is saying our resource meat has become profitable. I guess it's on the cusp of being like profitable, not profitable. There's like a whole like market price list you could dig into, like meat. The current price with the caravan is less likely to sell and will be interested in purchasing. Like every day the price of things is like adjusted based on like supply and demand. I never really look at this stuff because I'm just more concerned about like money, or about food, like enough food being in my village that like people aren't starving, than I am about like whether or not it's like profitable to like actually make and sell that food. I'm sure there's like optimizations that I'm like missing because I don't pay attention to that stuff, but yeah, anyway, it looks like the price of meat is like fluctuating between profitable and not profitable, like on a daily basis right now, and we're just gonna have to just accept that, like that's just what it is, you know. Let's take a look at this notification over here. It looks like we have oh, okay, so when this happens, when a look at this, our military, our night jailer, they had to spend their own money on necessities. That means that like usually means that they either had to spend money to buy food at the inn, or that they had to spend their own money on like buying a bed at the inn because there's not enough bedding for them. Now we know we have enough bedding because we did that in our last video. We counted them and made enough bedding for them. So it looks like it's because we're see, look at this. So we don't have any more meals anymore. So they're gonna have to start going. All of our people are gonna have to start going to the inn to buy food. This is probably a little bit of a problem. I feel like most of my games I end up in this situation. I'm just going to go ahead and assign another cook and hope that that's the problem, that there's just not enough cooks to support the amount of meals that need to be made. If we go back to the cooking screen here, like we can see that like one ingredient category should give me a simple meal. So like literally like cabbage should give me a simple meal. So I should have like enough stuff to make simple meals. Any 2 ingredient categories, like we have fruits and vegetables and like plenty of them. So like and plenty of fish too. So like we should be able to make simple and normal meals. I understand that we don't have any made or animal products right now, so we're just not going to get good meals at this time. But like we should be having meals and not just like a list of foods. So I'm going to hope that that upping our number of cooks changes that. And this is also why I don't think I mentioned this way back when I in like video 2, I guess, when like we first built like all the mezzanine area over here, why I made the kitchen so big with like 4 cooking tables and like 4 cauldrons and all this stuff. And it's because like the number of cooks that you have is going to grow pretty quickly with like your household population. And so I just make it big so that we don't have to like go back and expand it later. And honestly, once we get beyond 4 cooks, I'll just make a second kitchen so that we can just sort of like expand that way. So like we have 3 cooks right now. So I'm really hoping, let's keep an eye. What I want to see is meals appeering over here, and I'm hoping that we can make that happen. Unfortunately, we still only have 1 gym. I really want to build that town hall, but we're going to need 4 gyms for it, I think. Let me double check here. To get to the town hall, here we go. Because we need 4 gyms for the throne. Yeah, 4 gyms. Can we like, and we can't do lower. Oh, simple throne. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. No way. Oh my God. Okay, well, first let's deal with these starving villagers. So that's the clergy that's starving. Look at this. This is nice. Reading 100%, writing 100%. They are on their way to becoming bishops, bishops and ministers. So let's go ahead and we even said this when we first set up the clergy, that until they are able to start collecting taxes, we're going to have to float them. So it's totally expected that they're starving and totally fine. I think probably by the end of the winter we should be getting to the point where they're becoming. Wow, they want a lot of planks. Let's just go ahead and give it to them. Why do they want? They want so much straw. That's crazy. I guess they want more paper. I don't have enough to give them, but where they should really be starting to. Once they become bishops and ministers, they'll start collecting all the taxes that we've been setting up for them, and then they should become basically self-sufficient. We won't have to be donating to them anymore. And there's always this. Always this little notification right here. So the clergy finds my donations generous. It's because I literally just gave them a bunch of stuff. But usually it will always be like the clergy like finds your donations wanting. But like once they're self-sufficient, I don't really see a reason to like give them donations. And it really honestly doesn't seem like there's any penalty for like them constantly like wanting stuff from you. So I generally just ignore it once they're up and running. We have a baking family wanting to come in, but as I've explained in the past like 2 or 3 videos, we just cannot accept the baking family right now. Not until we get. Actually, I probably should have accepted the baking family. I'm probably stupid because these guys should start producing wooden blocks pretty soon. Let's look at the accounting report. So they're producing limestone blocks and limestone tiles. But if we look at their priorities, stone blocks is on their priority list. I'm going to bump it up just a little bit because we want, because we're going to want at least 8 to build, like look at these ovens right here. Like these require 8 stone blocks each. And we're going to want those. Can anybody build these? And anyone can build, so we don't even need a carpenter, but we are going to want stone blocks for the, well, actually, no, that's true because we still don't have the rope to build the windmills, and the bakers are useless without the millers. So whatever. Stupid. Okay, so these guys are spending their own money on food. We got the marshal, the executioner, and the day guard are all having to spend their own money on food. That's not great. So yeah, it looks like we actually have our church up and running over here. We have the speaking table and some things. I believe it is currently today. Today is the Sunday service day. We might have missed it. We might not have come over here quick enough to see it. But now that we have a church, trading is suspended on Sundays. And during celebration days, and actually, I've been forgetting, but I wanted to schedule a celebration. The way that you do that is once you have a master of affairs, you can click on them and come over here and schedule a celebration. I think I'm actually going to do it for, well, I generally like to do it on the very last day of autumn because it feels kind of like Thanksgiving, you know? I don't know. But we'll go ahead and schedule this for like maybe the last day of winter. So the place of celebration is the public area. The catering family is the St. Ovens. The reason it's the St. Ovens is the only available family is because they're running the inn. I don't really know why it's like this, but yeah, that's just so we're gonna go ahead and schedule that, and that'll make my people like a little bit happy, I guess. And you can see there's a celebration bar here. Oh, look, there's 41 gold in the celebration bar. What? Why is there 41 gold in the celebration bar? And how can I take that gold? Is it these guys' gold? No, they don't have 41 gold. That is crazy. That must be where all my starting gold, my game gold went? My game starting gold went? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put another celebration bar right here. We're going to let that get built. Oh, and I do want to build that town hall now that I know we don't need stinking gems for the throne. So let's go ahead and I mean, maybe we could honestly build it the same size as the church and then just like restructure it for being a town hall. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's delete this. 13 by 12 church. Let's see, where is the doorway? It's kind of hard to tell sometimes in this like template build mode, but like you can see it's in the bottom right there is where the doorway is. Now if I build it here, I'm like blocking some stuff off. So maybe, I think like that is probably like that. That's how we want to build it. And if we're going to, no, if we're going to build it like that, let's turn it around so the door is facing up. I'm going to back it up a little bit, actually. I want to leave a little more space here. We're going to be going into the woods a little bit like this, but that's fine. It's not too many woods. And so, yeah, that's just going to have to be fine. Now, let's go ahead and rezone this as a town hall. And let's delete the blueprints for the speaking table. Because instead what we want is... Oh, we do want a speaking table. Hold on. Town hall. It must have a throne, speaking table, and some chairs. Okay, so we do want a speaking table. Let's go ahead and put a... So here's how I always imagined like the town hall would look, and I'm just gonna go ahead and like construct it the way that I want to construct it, because I can. So what I want to do is I want to put and actually we're gonna go with like kind of a nice table, a good wooden table. Yeah, we have some silk in our economy now, so this is gonna be fine if we do it like this right here, and then we're gonna take some good upholstered chairs. We still have silk from that tailor. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reason that I have 6 there is because we have 6 people here in our okay, hold on. I'm getting too wrapped up. Do we want to accept this tailoring family? I honestly kind of think that we do want to accept this tailoring family because the one we currently have is only 2 people. And that's just not enough. And we might be able to... we're going to accept them. I don't like it, but we're going to do it. We're going to go ahead and just... We're just going to do this the easiest way possible. We're going to give them... no. Basic house, small over here. And... tailoring workshop right here. We'll just assign it to the tailoring family. Is it the... No, that's our existing one. It's the... I can't even pronounce that. The Quesnels? The Quesnels. We're going to go ahead and do that. And do that. I gotta say, I actually like this. I don't know if you guys can hear. I actually don't think it's like loud enough that it's catching into the recording. But there's all these like little like sounds that the game is making. I think when like these things are popping up, I can't actually tell, but it's really annoying. It's actually really annoying when I'm trying to like talk because like it keeps distracting me. So I'm actually gonna go and turn the sound effects off for this game. I wish you could turn like just those sound effects off. I'll leave them on for now. I'm just going to try to learn to ignore it. We don't need another hunting family, so we're just going to go ahead and reject them. But we're back to what's the word I'm looking for? Designing this area up here. So I want 6 chairs because there are 6 people on my high council. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on my high council. So we're gonna need 7 chairs. Let's go ahead and make that happen. I don't think that like the like game is gonna like bear out like that this is like how things go, but you know, that's just the way I want to do it. So we're gonna do a simple throne. Ooh, yeah, right here in the back, like this, and then we're gonna do the speaking table right here, like this. And then I think that hopefully we can demolish, erase these 2. Yeah, perfect. I'm actually kind of hoping that we can put, let's see, that we can put a wall right here, and then erase these 2 walls. Yeah, I'm hoping that supports the ceiling. I think it will. We're gonna go ahead and just leave that right there. And wait, this is an upholstered chair. That's an upholstered chair. Why is this one? Oh, I guess, okay, yeah. This one's a lighter color because they haven't put in the orders for it. It's actually kind of hard to see with all this snow. But but it's, you know, part of the game, so we're just gonna go ahead and just let that happen. And you can even see here where there are ceilings, there is no snow, which is a nice fun little feature there. Okay, so we designed our town hall. I'm actually pretty happy about that. I've played a lot of games, and outside of the tutorial campaigns where they specifically tell you to build a town hall, I've never actually built one in any of my games, and so I'm actually pretty excited to have one there. I'm actually not quite sure what purpose they serve, but most of the time I ignore most of these. Like, most of the time I don't have an execution site. I guess this time we have almost everything. We may as well get because look at that. We actually do have almost everything here. We have our villa. Oh, we don't have a villa. We're gonna ignore the villas. We have our manor, cottage, kitchen, barracks, warehouse, inn. We have marketplace and caravan, marketplace, jail and execution site, and we have a public area. The only thing that we don't have is the stables. The stables is basically like my own personal farm, as far as I can tell. We will set it up over here. I think that for now we're probably not going to do too much with it, but we may as well get it just get it built, and we can play around with it later. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some fences here, and here. We'll put the fence gates here and here. And we do have, oh, look, we got some people starving. The rope makers. See, this is why I mentioned this in a previous video. Sometimes you just want to go over here and just look down the list and make sure that everybody has some zones assigned to them, because apparently I accepted a rope making family and I completely forgot, and they don't have any zones and they're starving, and there's a bunch of them. Should I kick them out is the question. So what is a rope making family going to give me? They're going to give me access to the milling family, which should in turn give me access to a baker. And we're getting through the winter. Okay, look at that. We are producing meals, so I think we have enough cooks now. And we do have quite a bit of food. I think it's going to be fine to accept them. Okay, if people start starving, if they start starving, they'll be the first to go. Sorry, we don't even have to accept them. We just have to build them a house. Okay, whatever. Sorry, I'm going crazy. They're going to need a big house. We'll put them right here. We'll give this to the rope makers, the green family. And we'll build their rope making workshop. Let's look at these miners. Mining family size of 4. Nah, whatever. I probably should have accepted them and switched out my other miners. Actually, that would have been a good idea, but I don't think that I have a template for a rope making facility, so we're gonna just build that up real quick. I think I don't know. Again, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's every time that somebody shows up over here, there's a ba-da-dum sound, and it keeps super distracting me from trying to narrate what I'm doing, which I'm clearly just so good at. I'm basically a professional YouTuber, so I don't know why it would be distracting me, but we all have our things. So I'm gonna go ahead and build the rope mills here. There are 5 of them, or there are 6 of them, so we'll go ahead and build. Look at that. I made it just big enough. Look at me go. We're going to build the looms like so. And I think that's all they need. Yeah, and then just a storefront here. So we'll go ahead and put that right there. We'll give it wooden walls. We'll leave room for a door there. Oh. Leave room for a door right there. That looks good. We'll go ahead and give it a board roof. That is gorgeous. I actually want to put the wooden wall here. And the board roof. Oh, what the heck? I don't know what's going on there. I think that's what we want. Yeah, okay. Okay, great. So yeah, so the greens. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and assign this to the greens. Oh, go ahead and give them. So now that we have the rope makers coming in, we might actually want to accept the millers. Although we're only halfway through winter, and here's the thing: we keep seeing millers show up, so I think we're going to be fine if we just ignore them. Because here I'm fairly concerned that like we're gonna start running out of food at some point, or at least our people are gonna start starving at some point, and we're gonna have to get into like deep resource, like constant like micromanagement just to like keep them alive. And if you're doing that, you're losing the game. And so I would really like to avoid doing that if possible. So we're gonna keep them. We're gonna not do that for now. Let's double check. I think we just kind of did this, but now I'm a little paranoid that like maybe we missed another family that we accepted. But we're looking pretty good. So I think that yeah, we don't need to worry about that right now. Now this is a masoning family. There's 5 of them. I actually am sort of no. We got to get through the winter. We can't be increasing our population any more than it already is. Let's take a look over here at what our current masoning family is doing. There's only 3 of them. This looks like a stone block. Okay, great. So we are building stone blocks now. Let's see what we got. Accounting reports. Okay, 4 stone blocks. Now remember, we need 8 stone blocks to build one oven. We're gonna need at least 1 oven for our baking family when we finally get one. But I think we're gonna be fine because we're probably gonna have to get through like basically halfway through the spring before we really start accepting more people, because that's about when you find out whether or not you've you've done enough to feed your people over the winter. So hopefully things are going to go our way, but if not, we'll find out what happens. Let's double check. Let's take a look at the clergy over here. I just want to see how close they are to. Dang, look at the Saint ovens. Family size 11. They really filled out all the space we gave them. 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm actually going to go ahead and give them a double bed here in case they expand again. That way we don't. They honestly might need another house soon. They're absolutely outrageous stuff. I guess if I needed to cull their family size, I could like start sending them to the clergy, which I might do. Yeah, look at that. They don't even have high foraging levels, so it's not like they're like good at stuff. I'll send her to the clergy. Yeah. Just to cull their population just a little bit. These guys too are getting pretty big over here. Wow, these foraging families are like really, really flourishing. That's some crazy stuff. We don't need the leather workers quite yet. Let's see. So we have another tailor set up over here. So I actually am going to go into this one right here, and I'm gonna bump everything. I'm gonna leave the default default fine clothes is turned off and robes are turned off. I'm gonna leave those turned off, but I'm gonna bump up just yarn because actually, no. This one will be for now just producing yarn, because this rope mill, they're going to need yarn to start producing rope. So they're going to be buying yarn from the tailor, and the tailor's what's inaccessible? Gosh darn it! Inaccessible by whom? I think we're fine. Now we do want an architect, but again, I don't want to increase our population until we have to. So I'm going to pass on them for now. Yeah, so anyways, as I was saying, so the rope people are going to start they're going to start buying so look at that, they're producing, well, their priorities are rope and carpet. And if we look here, the rope walk produces rope, and then the loom produces carpet, and both of those things require yarn to do. So they're going to need to be buying yarn from somewhere. So I'm hoping that we can get these tailors up and running to just producing yarn that they can sell directly over here to their neighbors, the rope makers, and they should be getting. Actually, let's check down here real quick, because I'm looking at my own. Well, actually, I have a lot of wool. I should actually come down here and just sell my wool directly into the local economy. It probably doesn't matter. I'm gonna sell all because I'm assuming that these farmers down here are probably like stock full of wool. Oh wow, actually they're not stockpiling as badly as I thought they would be. Well, they do have 66 wool in there. So, and look at that. They're over here collecting more wool. Oh, they're putting it in here. Look at that. Yeah, there's more wool in there. So, yeah, there's more wool in there. Okay, so they are kind of stockpiling a little bit. So, yeah, so as long as these guys are stockpiling, that means that there's not enough demand for wool up here. Hopefully, I mean, we just went from two to 4 tailors. So, hopefully that demand sort of flips and we start converting all this wool into like rope and carpet and stuff. That would be honestly ideal. Now we don't want more fishers or foragers. I'm still tempted to like take these people and like accept the families and just turn them into like my personal servants. But I mean, we do have 34 normal mills, but like our food situation, I mean, it's not looking that bad. Honestly, we probably could stand to like support just a couple more like servants. But it's not like I honestly, like I don't need that many more servants right now. But what I do want like an intelligence officer. And I forget how to get them. I think you need intelligence officer. I thought you needed a master of law for that, but maybe do they come from okay, they do come from the military. Oh wait, no, that's a general. That's an intelligence officer. Okay, so I do need one more like military person. This is an artisan, so I can't accept them to steal them because I don't think you can turn the artisans into your like personal servants. Hold on, let's take a look at this inaccessible structure situation over here. What's going on? This rope making guy. Oh, is he like stuck doing something? No, he's sleeping. This person's stuck. Gosh darn it. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this barrel right here. And then we can just go ahead and replace it. We'll even give them a better barrel. We'll even stick that right there. There we go. So it looks like, okay, so Harilde over here is actually making carpet. So it seems like let's actually check here. So the loom, the spinning wheel is okay, so the spinning wheel is what makes the yarn, and they have a couple spinning wheels set up over here. So even though the fact that their looms aren't built yet, it doesn't really matter because they're only producing yarn anyways, or maybe their looms are built. Oh, they are. It's just like dark there. That's really interesting. Okay, great. So they are making yarn, which is good, and it looks like they are selling it over here to these guys because we can see here that they are consuming yarn and producing stuff. So I think that this little production chain is functioning now, and we're just gonna like let that sort of ride itself out. I've been meaning to come over here and take another look at take a quick glance at the clergy. I just want to know how close they are. Dang, look at that. 100, 138, 169. Nice. Not super close. Savage, nice name. And then yeah, Hulda we just took from the Saint Ovens. So she's gonna be, but like I said, like look at this, like 2 videos ago it was like just the tail end of winter, and I said it's probably gonna take a full year before we get our first person up to bishop level. It has been a full year and we still do not have a bishop. So that's like just keep in mind, like that is how long it takes to just get your clergy up and running. And you can't build a writing table to get them started on that process until you have a carpenter. So until you have a carpenter, you can't even start getting your clergy up and running like that. It's just something to keep in mind, because I do like having a clergy. Like they do a lot of cool things. Like they can make wine. Obviously, like the apothecary in the hospital for like healing people up when they're sick, which like basically happens every winter. The shrine's good for like for like your military, right? The graveyard that they keep, like I don't know, like I like what the clergy does. Like I think that they're cool, and it just takes so long to like build them up. But that's all right. I'll stop complaining about the clergy. So okay, so let's take a look at what's going on over here. Actually, I want to give these buildings like floors. Oh, they're never going to be able to get back there to make those floors, are they, without destroying all this stuff? Whatever, it's going to have to be like that. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, you know what it is? I think that I don't have roofing. Oh no, roofing is already built there. Okay. I just don't like this. Just like it looks weird, like it's cut off here, but that's just because like they built like this part of the roof and not that half of it. So yeah, honestly, like getting them back here to build like this. Actually, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and just demolish these right now. because they're gonna complain about like not being able to build those rooms eventually, and B, I do want like the floors to like go down in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and place these floors, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, I never did place the door right here, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we're gonna so it's gonna our carpenters have a little bit of work set up for them over here. Let's take a look at the butchers real quick. Let's just like make sure that they're still like providing for our economy. And they are. Look at that. That's really good. I don't know where they're getting the dead animals from to produce all this stuff. I'm hoping it's the hunters. Let's take a look at the hunters over here. Yeah, they have a little bit of gold, so they seem to be providing for themselves. I'm hoping that that's not just not left over from their like starting gold, and that they're actually like selling to the. I'm hoping that there's like a profitable resource chain happening up here, and I'm not going to have to like step in and like pour a little money into them. We will see. Now, so look at this. So I in my last video, I was saying that I was afraid that like we were going to have a rough winter. We actually did get through the winter without anybody starving, which I'm pretty stoked on. Which I think also sort of leads itself to support my sort of like hypothesis that for every like 5 or 6 tile area that a farmer is working supports about 5 total population. Like I said, I think right now at my count we can support about I think 105 actually. Let me count again. This is 3. This is it's kind of easy sometimes you just count the like there's 3 here, 4, 4, so that's 11. That's 15. This is another 7 up here. So 15 and 7 is like 22. 22 times 5 is 110. So yeah, so about 105, 110 should be what we can support, and we're at 105. So I think that I think that's that. So look at this. So our celebration has started. So they're all going to come over here. They're going to have a good grand old time up in here. I do want to accept these farmers for sure. Just a 3-person farming family, but it's something. Especially right at the beginning of spring is like perfect timing. I really wanted to see them all come over here and like do the celebration. Let's see. Oh yeah, here they come. Look at that. Yeah, look at them. They're happy. Winter's over. They're having their little celebration. And remember, I was able to do that because I have a master of affairs, and they have this like celebration thing over here. And I intentionally started with like three children for my starting family because they count as nobles, so they can be those. They can hold those like council positions. But yeah, look at that. They're all having such a great time. Pretty darn cool. I am always afraid that that's going to like burn a bunch of food, and it probably does, but it's the end of winter and we survived. I think we're going to be good. We do need to come down here now, and we need to set up another farm for my new farming family. We need to find a good spot for it. There are only 3 people, so we only need to do my normal sort of like 3-person farm template here. We don't really need to expand it. Maybe we can do like this. That's kind of fun. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. They'll obviously get a basic house. We'll slide it. Oh yeah, look at that. Fits like hand in glove. Let's go ahead and assign this to the new family, the Lorses. Yeah, the Lorses. And we're gonna give them. Sorry about that. You're probably gonna see a like a. Sorry about that. The recording is going to get a little weird there. I paused it and unpaused it. I pressed the wrong buttons. We're about 38 minutes in. I'm just saying that out loud so I can go check it later. Hopefully it doesn't get too weird. We will 100% see what comes with that. But anyway, what we need to do is we need to deal with the tree and soil management and stuff for this farm. Remember, you have to do this every single time you build a farm. I really do wish that you could like say like oh, this is what I want my default farm setup to be like, and then you could just like trust that it'll be there when you come to like do the stuff later. But unfortunately you cannot. So we have to like literally check all this stuff every single time we build a farm, but that's fine. So we still hold on. Can we do the baker? No, because we don't have the stinking rope. Oh wait, no, we do. We have the rope makers. Okay, hold on. Oh, the baker went away. Dang. Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna do. let's like get this stuff sort of like pre-set up for the bakers. I guess honestly the bakers can be down here by all these like farmers, because like they're gonna, oh no, you know what, we'll put the bakers over here. So let's give them let's give them a small house, like a good carpentry house like that. And I thought that I had a bakery like pre-templated. I guess I don't. We'll put a brewery over my little brewery template over here. Ooh, that's a big one. Hold on. I don't like that. Do I have a small? Yeah, brewery small. Here we go. Because I do want to accept a brewing family at some point. I'm just gonna go put that there. And my laborers will come build that. I really should have like a decent bakery set up. I guess I don't. So let's go ahead and go to the peasants. Let's get a bakery zone. We'll stick it right like, no, that should be fine. Okay, let's give them, assuming that we're going to have like a 4-person baking family, we'll give them 4 cooking tables. We'll give them 4 ovens. We'll give them a well. We'll come back to the well. We'll give them 4 wooden blocks. We'll give them a storefront. And some, like, shelves. Yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to go ahead and give them wooden walls. Like so. And we'll put, like, a doorway like right there. We are going to need to demolish this tree because it's going to be in the way of the doorway. We'll stick the door right there. Obviously we're going to want a board roof, and we're going to want the floors. And I think now that we're out of the cold season, I'm just going to go through and make every single roof a board roof. Because I didn't want to do it during the cold season, because what's going to happen is for every zone that we do this in, the people who own that zone are going to come. They're going to tear the roof down, and then they're going to go like order like replacement roof from the carpentry family. But with a torn down roof, like things are gonna, you know, they're gonna be cold for a while in the wintertime, and I didn't want that to happen in the winter. So but now that we're in the spring, and like it will definitely take the carpentry family like a while to come like do all these roofs, especially if they're like out of like money or whatever, or like if there's just like not enough planks going around in the economy, just like the resource requirement for all this. But I'm hoping that like by the time winter comes around again, they will have had enough time to like take care of all of this. So we're just going to go ahead and just do this real quick right now, and then we're going to go back to the bakery and the gosh, I'm blanking over here, guys. I'm blanking. Back to the bakery and the brewery that we set up over there. I don't think we're going to need to do too much with it, because we just don't have a baker or a brewer right now. But I just want to double check that we have everything set up, because our laborers will go ahead and get started on doing all that. I mean, first they're going to need to do all these demolish commands that I'm about to give them, but like that won't take them that long. Luckily, demolish commands for roofs are like pretty quick, so they shouldn't be complaining too much about that. I'm actually going to demolish these structures right here. I'm going to include the filter roofs on that, just like that, and then plate roofs just like this. Oh, wait a second. Sorry, those are plated roofs. I want board roofs. I want the good ones. Okay, so things are looking good. Did I get all my buildings? I think I did. Oh, I didn't get over here. Ooh, dead air. You hear that? Bad. That's bad. Bad YouTube video making right there. No. Okay, so I believe that we have all of our roofs taken care of. This new farming family down here, the oh, I assigned this to the rain courts. I should be see. Sometimes you got to double check because it should have gone to the Lorses. And let's actually real quick go through our families and just make sure that everybody owns like some stuff that like we think they should own, because we do have kind of a lot of families now. And if we And it's easy to lose track sometimes. I do believe that our like my head count of like our total max population that we should be reaching is at about 120 right now. So we have about room for about 10 more people, I think. Maybe even 125. Let's take a look at this mining family. They only have 3 people. I do kind of want to get a bigger mining family over there. But I think that this is basically good and set up, this bakery and this household here. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and let that be. We still don't really have any stone blocks, which means our people over there aren't making that many, but they are making some. So I'm hoping that by the time that we get around to having a baker, we'll have enough stone blocks to either have already built these ovens or just to produce them. And same thing with the trellises here. This yarn. Well, actually, I have yarn, and with the brewery needing yarn and not being owned by anyone, my laborers should be coming down and taking care of all the construction down here. So I mean, they have a lot of demolish commands over here actually. So that's probably why they're not doing it quite yet. Let's take a look at their progress. Yeah. So yeah, they need to demolish all of these roofs. And remember, demolish commands always take precedence over build commands. So they're going to be doing all this stuff before they go over there and build any of that stuff on the other side of the map. But I think like right now going into the springtime, we're actually at quite a stable place. Things are actually feeling pretty good to me. I really do. I really would like our clergy here to get up and running. I think maybe by the end consecration, maybe like by the it just takes them so long to build up their skills on these things. I'm hoping that by the end of like the summer, John Dominic Micklewayne here will be ready to become the bishop of my church, and I'll be able to finally fill out one more of these high council spots, and then finally when we come to when the next clergy member becomes a monk, then we can fill out the minister and finally fill out our full high council, and that'll just feel good. You know what I mean? Now I do want one more military member to become my intelligence officer. I could probably, honestly, my population is big enough now that I could probably just find a big family and just take somebody. Let's see who we got. Now the Guernans, they're pretty big. Where's their household? These guys right here. Yeah, you know what? They don't need 8 people to work all this land, so I'm work just this amount of land. So I actually am gonna recruit somebody from the Guernans. We'll take Olbert here. Well, he's old. He's 17. She's a little younger. Okay, let's see who isn't married. So you could tell here, like, Raymond Guernin is married to Joy Guernin, and Joy Guernin is married to Raymond Guernin, right? That just makes sense. Averos here is not married to anybody. It looks like his sister is Raymond, but we're gonna go ahead and take his brother. Raymond is a female. Joy, I guess, is also female. Great. Well, so one of his sisters is married, but he's not. And I don't like to break up families because like then they'll make more kids if you don't. And I think now that we have a church. So I'm going to go ahead and enlist him to my army. Now that we have a church, people should start getting married eventually. But anyway, we have this one recruit. We're going to go ahead and make him our intelligence officer. So now we go back to our high council. Now we have these 2 slots filled out. It's just the bishop and the minister that we're waiting for. And there's no like special thing that happens when you get this filled out. I just kind of like it. It just feels like a milestone. You know, like it feels like something that we've accomplished. Now look at this. Now we have a milling family at our doorstep. There's only 2 people. I'm just going to accept them anyways because like just because like I really want to get the bakery up and running, and until we get our milling family like ready to go, we will never be ready to have a baker. Now we do have a rope miller. Oh, look at that rope mill. Oh, I did have a rope mill template ready to go. I didn't see it, so we built our own. But that's okay. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So we're going to go ahead and pop this right here. This house is going to be for the honestly, I wish that there was an undo button, just like undo the last thing, because I would like to move this back, but it's too late now. That's fine. So I don't believe that we have a milling template ready to go, but that's okay because the milling areas are actually pretty easy to make. I usually just leave them outdoors because like I don't know, I just imagine a windmill being an outdoor thing, but like all you really need is like one windmill for each of them. Let's give them a storefront, and then like some like ground storage and silos. It's like easy stuff to make, super quick. No problems. There's only 2 of them. So let's go ahead and assign this household to the new milling family that we just got. So what this milling family is going to start doing is they're going to start taking all the grain that the farmers are producing, and they're going to start turning it into flour. And then once we get, I'm actually going to give this to them for free because I don't need their flour, because the only thing that flour is good for is going to the bakery to be made into bread. So the milling family is just going to be able to live in my town, completely rent free, and all they're going to do is take grain and turn it into flour. Now, this is pretty important. Now that we have a milling family, well, actually, not quite yet. But once we have the bakery up and running, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna change all my soil management to finally include everything, because now all this stuff that's producing grain is going. Actually, I might even just change it to just rye, because now that's like the 3 grain 1 straw, and then that grain is going to be going straight to the millers, who are going to turn it into flour, and then that'll go to the bakers once we have bakers who will turn that flour into like bread and pies and cakes and stuff for us, and that's going to be really good for our like prospects of getting like good meals and stuff. Now, looking over here, actually, this is something we haven't looked at in a while. It's really good that we still have like just a constant like low stock of meals. I think what that indicates is that we just have like just enough chefs to like keep a constant stock here. Although you can see that like our executioner, our day jailer, and our marshal are still having to spend their own money on necessities. I don't know why that is, given that we have food over here. But we'll just have to keep an eye on that. Now, this family is low on money, the carpentry family. I literally do not know why, because like almost every family in town just had to place like massive like re-roofing orders with them. It is insane that they would be low on money. I cannot account for that. I will give them a little bit of money, but like I think it's kind of like inexplicable, like how it's possible that they're out of money when like the entire town just had to like ask them for like new roofs. But we'll give them like 2 gold. Also, speaking of, I want to revisit these families that I'm taxing. Okay, so this one's free because just to make sure I'm not overtaxing them. So these guys are only giving me 1. I'm pretty sure they're like rich as heck. Where's the show family of owner? Show inventory. They have 49 gold. I bet that this is their gold right here. I bet they took the gold out of the celebration bar. Where are you keeping your gold? 32 in there. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we're gonna tax the heck out of these guys right now because that gold, that's my gold. See, that's my gold. We're gonna go ahead and just take like 25 of that come season change, and then we'll come in and we'll change that later. So the next thing that we want to look at is these guys. Now they currently have 9 gold, and how much are we taxing them? Only 1 gold. We're going to go ahead and leave that. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. So it looks like, yeah, the borders. So it does look like the carpenters are working on these roofing projects. Like you could see a little bit here and a little bit up here. It looks like almost everybody over here has torn down their existing roofs, which makes sense. Like I've been saying, the demolition orders always take precedence over everything else. So it really does make sense that that all the roofs are going to be gone way before anything else. I'm actually a little surprised that it's taking my people just so long to tear down these roofs, because like I have, well, I guess most of my laborers are cooks now. Yeah, I only have 3 laborers, so I guess that actually does make sense. Maybe I should get my hands on some more laborers. If I did, I'd want to get another cook too, so I'd need like 2 more laborers and then like turn one of them into a cook. Because we were sort of hovering at like just like the tail like bottom of like possible like number of meals that we can have. Maybe just like the next family that comes in, I will just go ahead and accept them and turn them into like my personal like servants. Because again, I think right now in my head we're at a max population of about 120 or 125, and we're at 110. So if I could just get like a 3 or 4 person family and just turn them into my servants, I think that's going to be fine. Although I will still be looking as soon as possible for another farming family to come in, and in fact, if we don't get one by like the end of the summer, I might even spend some favor points to request them, just because of how much I feel like we're like really like reaching our like population and food limit, and I don't want to go over it because this game like gets really like hectic with like resource micromanagement, at least in my experience so far. If you're not if you're going over like your the amount of population that your food production can like really like support and handle, you really have to be careful with like your growth in this game because you can bite off more than you can chew. I realize that I'm missing these roofs over here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and okay, that's already a board roof, so that's fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and add those over, and the clergy already has board roofs, so that's good. Let's go ahead and look over here. Look at that, they still don't even have their walls. That is just insane. But that's all right. They're fine. So I don't think that we need any more foragers. Well, actually, let's go over here and change these real quick because we're gonna need just so many planks. Okay, no, actually, that's already set to plank production. And that's also already set to like 50% planks, because just all these board roofs are gonna, as you can see here, the board roof takes 1 plank, and we just like made our entire like hundreds and hundreds of like square spaces worth of like board roof like construction commands. This is going to be a fun looking building when it's constructed. Actually, I'm kind of glad that I ended up having to do it like that. This is a heavy door. Wow, that's a heavy door. I guess I'm putting down heavy doors now without even thinking about it. So this over here is the, oh, right. So the millers, right? So they can't build their windmill without rope. So let's go ahead up here to our rope makers and just take a quick look-see at how much rope they've been producing. Let's take a look at their accounting reports here. So they've produced 30 rope this season. So where is their rope sitting? Is it sitting? So they have their carpet here in the chest. They have a bunch of yarn. That's good. That's good. Where are they keeping their rope though? They're putting their where's that rope? Could it just be being siphoned off to the here's the brewers. Let's go ahead and accept them. Finally we got the brewers. I'm actually going to give the brewers, I'm going to let the brewers live rent-free as well, because they're going to produce like hops and beer, and like all the beer and stuff is just going to go straight into the inn anyways to like support like the inn, and the hops, like this is literally the only zone that uses hops. They just produce them for themselves. So if like they have to pay me like 25% of all the hops that they make, I'm just like gonna be like selling it back to them for like no good reason whatsoever. So I'm just gonna let them like live completely rent free, and just let them like support my economy just by like being there. They do need a house though. We're gonna give them like one of the good houses here. I'm gonna pop it like this. We'll just put it like right. And that's the Grierson family. Lucky them. They get to live rent free as long as I guess it's not like really rent free because like I'm expecting them to like work at a brewery like all day and like provide. Ooh, here we go, the bakers. So I am a little scared now that we're going over our population limit, but I'm actually okay with accepting this family because the bakers are a food family, and so they will be pumping food into our economy, and that is super important. Let's go ahead and give this to the Grassy family. See, aren't we glad now that we like set down all these like blueprints before like we got the family? So like now we can just assign it, and we don't have to like every time we accept the family, we don't have to like place another thing. I don't know. I kind of like doing this. We're gonna go in here to the bakeries. I want to pump up the bread to like maybe pump up the bread all the way, and then do it like this. So maybe not all the way. I want it to be about like 50% bread, and then they make just other stuff too. So I think 6 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. 6 to 6. perfect 50% ratio. We're going to go ahead and keep it like that. Now, it's tax payment day. We actually have quite a bit of food left over, so I think we're taxing people at kind of the right rate. We're keeping a decent stockpile, especially like when the winter comes. We're going to need a little bit more. Yeah, so unfortunately, that is about the 58-minute mark of this recording, so I think we're going to have to call it there for this episode. Again, thank you all like so much for watching. I feel like we're making a lot of really good progress. We're finally getting things set up. I think in the next episode, we want to get let's just like make some goals for the next episode. We definitely want to get another farming family like set up and established, preferably a big one if we can. I honestly might even, oh, hey, you know what? Let's just go ahead and accept these guys right now. So we have another farming family. So we're going to, first thing next episode, we're going to get that farming family set up. We definitely want to get our, hold on, somebody's starving. The foraging family, the Russells. Okay, so we're going to need to investigate what, they're like rich. Yeah, they'll be fine. Hold on. Who's starving and why? You're in the inn and you're eating. Okay, that's gonna go away. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, so we want to get our hopefully we can start getting our clergy set up next episode. We want to get this brand new farming family that we have set up, and yeah, maybe we even start accepting a smelter and we start getting our sort of like mining metal area a little more established. Right now they're pretty weak. We definitely need yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Again, like this is the end of, I think, video 5 or even 6. Goodness gracious. Yeah. This is going to be the end of video 6. So yeah, if anybody's still with me, like, please post in the comments and say like, hey, I'm still with you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.